I hope you all brought your appetites tonight, because Franny makes a mean roast.
I love
Es
it.
wird stets nur ein Teil eines Volkes
Is that Hitler?
aus wirklich
Yes.
aktiven Kämpfern bestehen. Und ihnen wird mehr gefordert
Franny, do you want to go
als
check
von
the
den
potatoes?
Millionen der übrigen
I set a timer. I'll hear it go off.
See? Intelligence.
Gordon, you don't happen to have any jazz, do you? Big band there, Benny Goodman. You know, I know Gene Krupa.
You met him once, Howard. What is he yelling about?
Die Kunst Griechenland.
What about show tunes? Do you have any show tunes?
Oh, this is better.
TV 10 Podcast, episode 0448. Is that right?
That's right. 448 episodes of people just listening and trying to figure out
Intently.
trying to figure out what they're going to watch now that their favorite murder podcast is done with. We have to help service
The
that
thing is,
industry.
I don't think murder podcasts are ever done with. There's always another one around the corner.
But there are people that get done pretty quickly. And then they struggle. They try to find out what the fuck are they going to watch.
So this is something akin to the writer's strike.
Yeah.
Do you remember way back, and right now we're at the beginning of a writer's strike, as you all know. So no late night shows except one I'll get to. And so all your shows, you're not going to notice it for a while, except for your late night talkers, but it's going to delay production of some shows. So fall season maybe starts later in the fall, maybe starts fucking next year. Who knows?
I'm going to guess with next year if this keeps dragging the fuck on.
Wow.
So what
yeah.
we're saying, Hollywood, we know you have your ear, and you subscribe to our premium content here. For only $10,000.
There will be no writer's strike here.
Yeah, well, we're not with the Writers Guild.
Yeah.
We stand by the Writers Guild.
Yes,
But
of course.
And what we do is we just take their money willingly, and then we give it to the poor writers that are struggling, which I gotta say, I've been following the writer's strike a little bit. Best sign of the night.
Which was?
There was a protest sign that said, succession without writers. Wait for it. Wait. You're getting a little ahead.
Okay.
Succession without writers is just The Apprentice. And look how that turned out.
It's not even that.
That was
That's
beautiful.
Pretty smart. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, let's get to our sponsor of the week. That is Outlaw Distillery.
That's right. That's where I, Tommy Milagro, went over to one of our sponsors, and because I had some dual business, I had to procure some rum.
Yeah.
Because it's summery, allegedly, and
minute by minute, we don't know.
I took a chance on this one, which I made into, I mixed it up with the Coke and a lime, which I procured from, wait for it, 7-Eleven.
Who knew you could get a lime at 7-Eleven?
And who knew you couldn't get one at your local Smith's?
Weird.
That's the weirdest thing.
Is this a supply chain shit?
Do you doubt it at this
knows?
point? Yeah. But as
7-Eleven never lets me down.
Exactly. And as for me, I went to our good friend Ivy's place, Booze-Teak.
Yep.
And I got their non-alcoholic stuff. I get it from time to time.
Now, this one I don't think I've seen this one before.
Yeah, this was the naked without the A.
Okay.
This is their non-alcoholic tequila,
Weird.
which I mixed up with tonic water, which you could also get at Booze-Teak.
Yeah. All right.
And of course, I mixed it up with 7-Eleven lime. Delish.
Okay.
I usually try to go for a tonic or a tequila and tonic, just because I don't want to experience any heaviness like you would with a rum.
Yeah.
But you're a professional, so
Yes,
I don't have to worry.
I can take it, yes.
Yeah, but for me, I need something a little bit more lighter.
So does Boostique have a fake version of every type of liquor?
For the most part,
Okay.
I know they got some
don't-
some rosés and some sparkling wines.
I don't think you've brought a fake vodka over, have you?
I'm trying to remember if I did last time. I don't think so. I know they got.
Would that just be water?
Well, vodka is water in Russian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they do that.
Okay.
Is that me having to do some research here?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I'm going to do my own research here.
Delve into that.
Yes.
All right, so that's our sponsors this week. As far as the, do we have any viewer, listener mail or anything?
I didn't see anything in the listener bags. I think, well, you've been busy with rock business.
Yeah.
I've been busy with wrestling busyness, and
Good old rock and wrestling connection here.
yes, I think we're good at this point. We better
Well-
dive into whatever shows
All
are
right.
left.
All right. Well, as I mentioned, the writer strike is shutting down all the late night talkers, including John Oliver and Bill Maher.
Mm-hmm.
And but there's and Colbert and all the Jimmys, and James Corden's gone anyway, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I saw the little video of them destroying his desk.
Yeah.
Which is kind of how we all felt about James Corden at some point or another.
Yeah. There is one late night talk show that is still on.
Yeah.
And will continue to be on. That is late night's number one talk show,
For now.
believe it or not.
Yeah.
Gutfeld. The show I thought would never work on a nightly weeknight basis. How wrong I was.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You're all kind of wondering, why is Gutfeld on? And as Bill just informed me, he's the one that's writing the show.
Yeah, he writes his own monologue. He writes his own stuff.
So that answers every single question I had about why I feel like it doesn't always land.
One of his most recent monologues, I looked it up on YouTube. He says, "We're not only the number one late night talk show, we're the only talk show late night talk show
For right now, yeah. Which I can't believe the Writers Guild hasn't latched onto that and gone, scabs! Scabs! I'm wondering when that's going to happen.
I don't think he's a part of it.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, we try to be fair here.
I
at the
do
podcast.
remember back in the writer's strike of 2007, 2008. That was the most recent one besides this one.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember that when I ran out of my late night talk show fix,
Mm-hmm.
I did resort to watching Here He Comes Up Again 2 weeks in a row, Keith Olbermann.
Oh boy.
I watched the countdown on MSNBC. That was my only.
That was your Jones.
That was my topical comedy source.
That was your fix there.
It was a pretty good one too, actually.
Yeah.
But now, completely coincidentally, I've been listening to his podcast, which is just basically an audio version of the countdown.
Ugh.
It's almost exactly the same thing, just without video.
Mm-hmm.
And it launched late last year. I didn't know that until
Oh, really?
recently.
Okay.
But I wanted his take on the whole Tucker Carlson thing because he knows a thing or two about being fired from cable news. And he had some good insights.
Oh, I want to hear him.
It's he had some fine insights. He said he worked with Tucker Carlson way back in either CNN or MSNBC
Probably
days.
MSNBC.
Yeah, he says the whole racist asshole thing, not an act. He says that's him.
That really is.
That's him. That's all him.
Wow.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
not just doing it for the incels. That's who he is.
He is a douche beyond belief.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. So there's that, and also a couple things have been canceled.
Oh.
On the good news, Call Me Kat on Fox has been canceled,
Okay.
which is a fucking terrible show. I can't believe it lasted 2 or 3 seasons.
This was a thing?
Mayim Bialik,
Oh.
she deserves better.
Does she?
I think so.
Okay.
I think she deserves better.
Yeah.
Also, SWAT just got canceled.
Yeah.
One of the
that.
biggest fucking shows on CBS.
Okay, so what the fuck happened there?
I think CBS just didn't want to pay for it anymore. I guess it got expensive.
Okay. All right. Meanwhile, they got all the NCISs, all the CSIs,
and the Blue Bloods.
and the Blue Bloods.
Yeah, there's only one CSI at the moment.
Okay.
That is CSI Vegas.
So is that just they're taking that money and we're fine here. We just can't give you enough here, SWAT.
I think that I haven't really read up on it, on what happened, but Shamar Moore, the star, who came from Criminal Minds, he's like stunned. He's like, what the fuck?
Okay, was it like before they started filming, then they got the notice that, oh yeah, you're fucking fired?
Well, the season's done, so the season's already filmed and over with. There's probably some new episodes coming up, but for the most part, it's all done.
Okay.
And so they don't, we don't have to get the writers working on next season because there ain't one.
Was there any cliffhangers that they talked about?
I don't know. I don't watch SWAT.
Okay, I don't either.
I'm guessing no.
I'm guessing it's something that our older listeners are going to talk to us about after they stop playing it on the record. Because it has a warmer sound, man.
Yeah, totally. Just like Hitler speeches.
We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. That's a preface for what's coming up here, folks.
And Yellowstone, the currently filmed. There are several episodes. I think 6 episodes left to go. And what is currently the 5th season?
Yeah,
they were going to start premiering them on Paramount Network in June. Now it's looking like maybe fall.
Or not at all.
No, they will go.
Oh, they will.
Yeah, it's just they're going to delay it a little longer to draw it out.
Does this have anything to do with Kevin Costner?
Everything to do with Kevin Costner.
Okay, I'm talking about his recent divorce, but also...
Also, he only wants to film on a certain schedule, a very short schedule.
Okay.
And which is pretty much impossible to work around. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Yellowstone will continue on in some form with, the rest of the cast because they want to do it.
Yeah, they want to fucking go.
Yeah.
Well, what sort of schedule is Costner thinking here?
Instead of a 3-week filming schedule, he wants it done in 1 week.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Which is pretty much saying I don't want to do it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of that's like the equivalent of you and I if we go back to our jorbs and we just say to our psycho CEO, not naming names, folks. That's us saying, hey, I want to take some loans. I only just want to do it for just the one day, only Monday.
The 1 day work week.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a bare minimum Monday.
Yeah.
So,
is that our title, Bare Minimum Monday?
It's a thing.
All right, let me write that down.
I didn't. Well, it's recently become a thing among the millennial workforce, but I've been doing it my entire career, to where I just kind of slide into Monday and
you slide into the DMs.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
Bare minimum. It's like
Yeah.
That's like the whole quiet quitting thing. Mm-hmm. Like just doing the basics of your job, and like. That sounds like just doing your fucking job.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not a model employee.
Yeah. I know I'm not. I realize I'm not, allegedly.
Yeah.
Oh, and for anybody that's actually listening to me and wondering, why do I sound different from my regular job? This is called comedy. This is called me exaggerating something. I like my job. So
yeah,
have to slide that in somehow.
Now say a line from your job in professional voice, such as would you like fries with that?
Yeah.
How would you say that in your professional voice?
Would you like fries with that?
Okay, and how would you say it as a TV Tan podcast Tommy Milagro?
Do you want your fucking fries or what?
There's the difference, folks.
See?
Yeah.
That is how this works, okay?
Lots of new stuff coming up this week.
Oh, really? Still?
Yeah, I know, right? Okay. Well, it's already written and filmed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hannah Gadsby has a new stand-up special on Tuesday on Netflix.
Who?
Hannah Gadsby.
Hannah Gadsby. Okay.
She's very controversial.
How controversial are we talking about? On a scale of 1 to what's his bucket? Kanye? Is that type of controversy?
Well, she's actually funny intentionally.
Oh, okay.
Also on Wednesday on Hulu, a new sort of a sci-fi-ish thriller called Class of '09.
Oh, okay.
It takes place with a graduating group of Quantico agents.
Wait, is Pranka Chopra?
Nope, she's on that other one.
Okay.
This stars Kate Mara and Brian Tyree Henry from Atlanta.
Okay.
And it follows how AI is affecting law enforcement. It takes place in 2009. It takes place now, and it takes place several years in the future.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different timelines happening, and it's all about, AI is fuckering with us, much like Kiefer Sutherland's Rabbit Hole.
Or Mrs. Davis.
Or Mrs. Davis, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a completely weirder thing. That's on Hulu on Wednesday. Also, The Muppets Mayhem premieres on Disney Plus on Wednesday.
Okay.
There's a twist on this. This is different from The Muppets and The Muppets Now series for ABC and Disney Plus.
Right.
This is all about Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
Yeah, this is like a documentary.
Somewhat, yeah.
A rock doc, if you will.
The Muppets meets Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yeah.
Just with, less drugs, probably.
That you know of.
That we know of, yeah. But, yeah, all these years, it's weird that the Electric Mayhem have never recorded an album. So with the help of Lily Singh, a record company executive, they're going to make it happen.
Okay.
And you have guest appearances like the trailer I saw has Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
He's like, I grew up on the Mayhem. I got a tattoo, Mayhem.
Yeah, and I think he and Animal have a drum off at one point.
Yeah. And also, people like Lil Nas X, Steve Aoki, a noted musician with a sense of humor, Billy Corgan.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never thought I would see or hear those words.
There's a shit ton of musician guest appearances on this thing. So
I am looking forward to this. And of course, right now, I know, and I can hear this in my headphones. I can hear our listeners going, the Muppets were never on drugs. Really? You ever seen the first season?
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, and that weird little mime troupe that manipulated stuff with their faces.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there were drugs around there at that time.
Friday on Prime Video, that Air movie premieres for streaming. That one, Ben Affleck. It's about the Air Jordan.
Yeah. Okay.
I hear lots of good things about it. I saw the trailer and thought this has to be a Funny or Die bit, but it's actually an actual movie.
Well, and he directed it, if I remember.
Yeah, he did. Yes.
Yeah. That's let's wrap our heads around this one.
I'm going to check it out for myself because I've heard a lot of good things about it. Also coming up on Friday on Netflix, The Mother, Jennifer Lopez. She has a very particular set of skills as an assassin.
Where have I heard this movie before?
Someone's kidnapped her daughter.
Really?
Uh-huh.
You don't say.
This is just in time for Mother's Day.
Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, shit. That is coming around the corner.
This is Jennifer Lopez kicking all kinds of ass.
Uh-huh.
So you got that.
Yeah.
You got the third season of The Great, the comical anti-history story of Catherine the Great.
Okay.
And what is wrong with this microphone?
I was going to ask.
Cutting out.
I was going to ask you that question.
What the hell?
Did you blow it out?
At the rock show? These are the same microphones we use at the rock shows.
Do you want to switch with this microphone and I'll take the shitty one?
No.
Are you sure?
They both should be working the same because they're exact same microphone. But every once in a while, this one's doing a volume drop for no reason whatsoever.
Okay, so maybe if I back away like so.
I don't get it. But anyway, we'll soldier on.
Yeah. Use your German voice and really yell. Now, see, what we're trying to explain is that this is something that comes up in White House plumbers.
Yeah.
Let's just say
Justin Thoreau, as G. Gordon Liddy, likes to listen to Hitler speeches on vinyl because it just sounds warmer.
Right. Yeah. And not warmer like in an oven sort of way.
Oh.
Is that the one that's going to get us fired?
Oh.
Oh, I'm going to hell.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, I am so burning for this one.
Also on Friday, a new series called City on Fire on Apple TV Plus. It's a thriller. And if you see the trailer for this thing, it looks fucking action-packed.
Oh, yeah?
It looks pretty cool.
Okay.
And coming up on Sunday, the 8th and final season, Fear the Walking Dead. It's finally over.
Our nightmare is over?
Well, I kind of like Fear the Walking Dead. It's probably my favorite Walking Dead series, but, It's time.
Yeah.
It can be over.
We're done with zombies. Let's move on to something cooler like vampires.
Like Zombies in New York with the new Negan and Maggie series premiering in June.
Oh, that's going to happen?
Yeah.
Shit.
And then we have a Rick and Michonne series.
Oh, yeah. So,
And we still have a Daryl in France series.
Robert Kirkland is not going to let this fucking die.
And there's, still could be Tales of the Walking Dead, the anthology series that no one really noticed happened.
Neither did I until you said that now.
Yeah, that happened, I think it was last year. It just kind of came and went.
Okay. So The Walking Dead is not going to die anytime soon?
No, it will continue on, just to diminishing returns.
Okay. Well, if you're going to wring that teat out on the zombies, I would say follow the CBS model and just wring it for what it's worth. So... All right, and any other upcoming shows? Or?
Well, I just noticed this. This is from Decider, which is a pretty good website for all your entertainment news.
Yes.
Apparently, there's going to be a Married with Children animated series.
Okay.
And Christina Applegate, who says she's probably going to be retiring from live acting, she says, but I'll still do a voice on this.
See, for everybody that doesn't know, Christina Applegate has MS, and therefore she's a bit limited in her movements of late.
Yeah, she managed to finish out Dead to Me, and that she's probably done with on-screen acting.
Well, and she said in recent interviews after that last episode, she was like, yeah, I wasn't happy with it. I soldiered on to some degree, but I just can't do that anymore. I can't do that physicality. And I don't blame her. So if she has the ability to do this, great. But here's my next question. Ed O'Neill and Katie Seagal, and to a lesser extent, literally if not figuratively, Dave Faustino, where the fuck are they?
Christina Applegate says, I can't say much, but all I know is that all four of us are attached to it. It's not on our hands now, so we're just kind of waiting.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so they're allegedly on board.
Yeah, this is very much in the early stages. It might happen, might not happen.
Okay. And for those of us that are of a certain age...
I'll watch it.
Well, and I would love to watch it too, just to see, but Married with Children, if you cast your eyes way back when to the great yesteryears of the 1980s and the 1990s, it was a very... anti-family show. It was at points filthy as fuck.
Do you remember Unhappily Ever After?
No.
It was basically on the WB network.
Yeah.
It was a complete knockoff of Married with Children with the addition of the voice of Bobcat Goldthwait as a talking stuffed bunny.
Fuck, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, Nikki Cox was basically Christina Applegate, redhead version.
Yeah.
It was basically Married with Children.
Yeah. And what's really interesting was, and I remember this was around that time that Fox, the network, launched, and they only had like a few shows.
They had Cops,
they
had Tracy Ullman, they had Married with Children.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah, that was it right there. And somehow...
it was only on Sunday nights.
And for some reason or another, they managed to get ratings.
They launched in 1987. Yep.
And as we've all known now from our history, this is the history you won't find anywhere else, kids. Tracy Ullman begat The Simpsons. Yes. Married with Children.
The Simpsons was a short animated bit within the Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah.
Then it became its own series.
And of course, Married with Children just knocked it out of the park.
10 years.
No, I think it was 11.
Maybe 11.
I'm pretty certain it was 11.
All right.
So, yeah. And I just can't. But of course, the jokes that they told at that time was slightly on the misogynistic side of things.
Little bit. Yep.
But of course, Katie Seagal gave as good as she got with Ed O'Neill's Al Bundy. So my question is, how the fuck do you make that work in this era?
Well, it's probably most likely going to be on a streaming service.
Oh, okay.
So you can get away with anything there, really. Like the new Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, okay. So that
Which
is
is
a
so
possibility.
gloriously stupid.
Oh, that just warms my heart. And I kind of want to see who's going to get offended by all this.
See, of all the reboots of everything, this is one that's like, okay, I like the idea of this.
Mm-hmm.
Other reboots such as what's the most egregious one I can think of?
That's a good one. I'm trying to think as well on my side.
In recent years, the most egregious, completely unnecessary, and terribly executed reboot was Murphy Brown
Yeah.
for CBS.
It
sucked.
It sounds good on paper, but in execution,
It was fucking terrible.
yeah. So some things should not.
It was
Continue.
it was launched just for liberal whining against Trump,
Yeah.
which they did very poorly. Whereas the Will and Grace reboot, launched for the same reasons, was actually pretty good.
Well, that's why, and just to bring it around, ladies and gentlemen, that's why writers are important. So,
Yeah, either way, you need writers for these things.
exactly. So once again, we stand with the Writers Guild, and please stick it to the man.
Stick it to the man.
Yeah. But is there any other shows that you got, or are we
I
at
think
that
it's
point?
time for you know what?
Oh, well, then you better hit the music here.
It's sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team.
From the Sports Desk of the TV10 Podcast, we deliver to you only the sport of professional wrestling, which doesn't need scripts, allegedly. And some things you just can't.
Yeah, wait a minute. How does how does the writer strike affect wrestling?
Well, as far as booking goes, that's one thing. But as
yeah.
far as the scripted vignettes with WWE, I say let's take a wait and see approach.
Okay.
Because honestly, I'm dying to see how that's going to affect
Okay.
them.
All right.
And of course, we'll talk about WWE in a second, but we have breaking news. Breaking news from SlamWrestling.net. You know, I write for them,
That's what I hear.
and I have an MBA, of course.
Well, yeah, I don't know how that involves, but okay.
Well, it's mostly just to get you to drink, which you don't need that reason.
Thank you. Yes.
Kimber Lee is hanging up her wrestling boots. So the former NXT, Impact, Shimmer, and Shine superstar announced via her Twitter account she's leaving the business. She has wrestled a lot of different promotions, as we just mentioned. She started to garner more attention when she was part of the Mae Young tournament that WWE held all those years ago. She was a good standout. She didn't really made too much of an impact there until she went to Impact Wrestling, and now, she just pretty much just said that she's done. And she says, quote, "At times wrestling was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I've been to places, and I have gotten to see things I would never have dreamed of in all my lifetime. But at the same time, there comes a time, there comes a point in everyone's life where things just cannot continue in the same fashion that they have because circumstances and goals evolve and change. So we wish her the best, and let's not call it a goodbye. Let's just call it a see you soon, because any wrestler that says that they're retiring, they'll come back.
Never believe it.
And if everyone's going, well, why are you being so callous about this, Tommy? Well, here's my proof there. Terry Funk. Every time he retires, he manages to come back every once in a while. Right now, he's not going to be able to come back, so I think I think he's actually truly done, but never say never in the sport of professional wrestling. Speaking of things that I would never have imagined in my lifetime, but somehow they're gonna fucking happen. Chris Jericho. Did you hear this?
What?
Okay. So again, this is an exclusive at SlamWrestling.net. The Lionheart, the Ocho, of All Elite Wrestling, Mongoose McQueen, the King of the World, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla. He's going to be playing a leading man, and Variety has reported that Jericho will play Bones Jameson in the UPTV movie Country Hearts, which is set to premiere this fall.
I believe that is Up TV.
Up TV?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is actually Up, not UP?
Yeah,
okay.
It's Up TV.
Okay. Where is...
Very obscure network.
So...
It's vaguely Christian-y.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the film is described as, quote, the daughters of country music and rock and roll royalty who find themselves at a crossroads, torn between following their dreams of performing or helping their father run their up-and-coming horse breeding business.
Of course.
Yeah. Between old flames, new love, best friends, and family, they all need the strength of each other to face the next steps. Where have we heard this?
This is something we couldn't sell to Lifetime or Hallmark.
Yeah.
So therefore, Up TV will take it.
Yeah.
Even Ion said no.
And again, the premise kind of feels Nashville, but more Christian.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's not to say that we got anything against Christianity, but
Well, I do.
I usually do my favorite joke. I love Jesus Christ. His fan base is a whole different thing. That goes beyond the pale right there. Anyway, just a couple more things here. And let's see. We're going to talk about, I think we're going to, let's see.
Are we getting a backlash?
Not just yet. Not just yet. There is, well, let's talk about what's been going on with the viewerships. So as far as ratings go with wrestling, WWE's block of A&E Sunday night, because they usually have those biographies there.
Yeah.
This is then the news and rumors section of SlamWrestling.net. Saw 426,000 viewers tune into the season premiere of Most Wanted Treasures, and 339,000 stuck around for the series premiere of Stone Cold Takes on America. So the shows came in respectively at 17th and 36th place on cable that night. And, of course, WWE Raw, last week, 3 hours of it, averaged 1,778,000 viewers with a .54 in the key 18 to 49 demographic there, which is very telling because they were facing competition from NBA and NHL playoffs. And the show took 5th through 7th spots among cable shows that night, which... interestingly enough, you want to know how AEW Dynamite's been faring since they have to contend with shuffling their schedule around with the NBA and
NHL, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
AEW Dynamite on Wednesday suffered from NBA and NHL playoffs with a lower than usual 776,000 viewers and a .28 in the key demo. It was still good enough to take the 8th spot for among cable shows that night, but for shows like AEW Rampage that I cover, well...
That's the Friday night one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have the ratings in front of me, but let's just be honest, because it came on at 4:30 in the afternoon. That's Mountain Time. Seriously, who watches wrestling at 4:30 in the afternoon?
Oh, man. Okay, so... TNT and TBS both being very heavily sports-saturated cable channels.
Not to mention
no one saw this coming? No one thought this could happen?
Not to mention that they're owned by Warner Brothers and Disney, which you're kind of answering your own question. So why didn't Warner Brothers Discovery figure this one out? There's your answer.
Wow.
That is called rhetorical questioning, ladies and gentlemen. Which now let's go to Backlash. That was on the pay-per-view, which you could watch on Peacock if you flock to the cock.
Yeah, I saw one little bit on the Instas about Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
Somehow defeating Rhea Ripley.
Nope. That didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
I
didn't think that would be possible.
She challenged Rhea Ripley.
No offense to Zelina Vega, but all 98 pounds of her against Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
No.
Now, keep in mind, Backlash was held in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Yep.
The first time in 18 years.
Yep.
So, I mean, the last time you had somebody travel to San Juan, Puerto Rico, because that's where hardcore matches were really fought. That would have been Bruiser Brody, but obviously,
I think that we should take this opportunity to remind everyone Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
Yeah. Let's remind that, yeah.
As much as the Republican Party would like to deny that, it is still part of the United States.
But, of course, they will deny that because,
brown people.
Exactly. Thank you for playing along. But
here's some paper towels.
There were a couple of things I will bring up. Now, you mentioned Zelina Vega.
Yep.
Basically, during her intro, she had this little get up that when she it was like a cape, but when she extended it out, it was in the shape of the Puerto Rican flag.
Okay,
and
right.
Obviously the crowd there just ate it up.
Of course.
Yep. Also,
because she's Puerto Rican-ish, right?
She's from Queens, New York, so that she is a New Yorican.
Okay. All right.
Now, the other part, this was a double pay-per-view, so that means Damian Priest challenged Bad Bunny. Now, you know my feelings previously about Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Okay, I have stated this.
How can we get Post Malone involved with WWE?
We're gonna let's not spill that yet. Again, we're gonna get that WWE money here.
Right. Okay.
So, however, I did write this in. When I did my recap for Backlash at slamwrestling.net.
How'd you get roped into that? Somebody out of town? Somebody on vacation?
Because I am the greatest. I am awesome.
So somebody was on vacation and you got stuck with Backlash.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
But, however, this is why I did what I did. What I said was this. Now, I said, quote, before we get started, I will state the following for the record. I have decided that Bad Bunny is best for the business of pro wrestling. I had dismissed the reggaeton star years ago without realizing what a compassionate human he truly is. He does a lot of great work, and, he kind of frustrates the GQP, so therefore he's in my cool book.
Yeah.
I didn't write that part, but I'm stating it here. Now, for that, quote, for that, I hope to see Bad Bunny in the squared circle for years to come. As for Logan Paul and his ilk, I wish to unofficially state the policy of the TV 10 podcast that I host with Bill Frost, and in parentheses, the only TV podcast that matters.
I can't wait to see where this is going.
Stop making garbage people famous. You've been put on notice, WWE. And of course, it was pretty much an okay thing. I actually compared Seth Rollins' match with Omos to the Rum Diary. So, it's that book written by Hunter S. Thompson. That was a so-so fiction book, and it made into a so-so movie with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. You may have heard of them in the news.
Yeah.
This was a so-so match despite Rollins' efforts here. But anyway, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest got into a San Juan street fight, and the things that were very mentionable about that is that not only did we see Rey Mysterio kind of jump in to help out Bad Bunny, we also got to see Carlito. You may have seen him from shows like Glow. Because he's from San Juan, Puerto Rico. His family is the Colons. Mm-hmm. He helped out Bad Bunny, and of course he chewed an apple and spit it into the faces of people like Dominic Mysterio.
Okay.
Savio Vega got involved, and the fans just went crazy for that, as did the Latino World Order. So Bad Bunny managed to pull out the win. So good job, Bad Bunny. I will say to the commentary that we're trying to do, Bugs Bunny jokes saying be very, very quiet. Slow your roll, Michael Cole. This is my domain. So this is where Bad Bunny really stepped it up a notch with the violence, because of course this means war. That's how you do a Bugs Bunny reference here, motherfucker. This is how I do it. Anyway, moving along. Of course, the other main event was Cody Rhodes. Cody! Against Brock Lesnar. There was only 20 minutes left in the show, but basically the gist of it is that Cody Rhodes managed to secure the pin to get his mojo back. So a very violent match, but still very good. All things considered, I would recommend going to Peacock or Flock to the Cock if you want to see the repeat, or read my recap at slamwrestling.net. You know, I have an MBA that allows me to do recaps like this as well. And finally this, we don't do this very often, but because I have an MBA, this is from CNBC
Well,
here.
still, I'll drink anyway.
Anyway, there's an article.
CNBC.
Stick with me, folks. All right, so the headline reads, WWE fans are worried about the UFC merger, but they love the drama too. So I won't get too deep into the article. If we need to, we could just try to put it on our various social medias. But the key points are this, and the last line is going to be the best part. So the first point is WWE UFC merger with Endeavor will serve as a test of just how potent fans' collective power can be in the face of corporate behemoths. Also, some hardcore wrestling fans told CNBC they have concerns, but they also acknowledge that fans tend to stick around despite ups and downs. But this last key point, this is my favorite line, quote, "When the bombs drop, there'll be three things left: cockroaches, Twinkies, and Vince McMahon." Yeah. Pro wrestling commentator and podcaster Jimmy Baxter said. So know that, when the bombs drop, which will be any day now, Vince McMahon will be booking the next event in the Thunderdome because it's sports.
It's sports. It's Tommy Milagro. Go team.
Mostly it was just that line right there.
Nice.
I love it.
Have a little more news on Yellowstone and the Paramount Network and all the drama.
Okay, what do we got?
So they're delaying. They're already finished the final episodes of the current, and which will now be the final season of Yellowstone proper. Mm-hmm. They were going to air in June on Paramount Network. Now they're pushing it to November.
Okay.
And then they're announcing in December there will be a sequel series.
Of course there will.
It's not going to be like, set in the 1800s or the 1900s or whatever. It's going to be like a direct sequel starring, I'm guessing, everyone but Kevin Costner.
Okay.
It's an unnamed thing, but it's going to be pretty much the same, everything without Kevin Costner.
So what do you think the new iteration of Yellowstone will be?
Well, I do know that Paramount will own it. Therefore, they don't have to... Years ago, we've talked about this before. Paramount made a deal with Peacock that they could have the Yellowstone streaming rights.
Right.
And then they come to realize, like, oh, we fucked up.
Yep.
We could have owned that outright.
Mm-hmm.
But no. So the new Yellowstone will be completely owned and operated and streamed by Paramount and Paramount Plus. Mm-hmm. So in a way, this kind of works out for them.
Okay. Now
you lose Kevin Costner, but you gain all your streaming rights.
Did we lose him? Did we really? I mean, no. But all kidding aside,
I think you can do that show without Kevin Costner.
Yeah. So remind me again. Yellowstone is based in Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. So we've had
formerly filmed here in Utah, but
that's true.
Now based in Montana. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. We've had the 1888 with Sam Elliott.
Yeah, 1923.
With Harrison Ford.
Yeah, okay. Both of them did really well.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a premise.
Okay.
So and again, we try to help out Hollywood as much as we can.
Yeah, we're givers.
We try. Well, we just give them a taste of what they could actually do to really drive up the numbers.
If they would want to sign up for our premium plan of consulting.
Yeah, which is only $10,000 a month. We're not greedy. We're givers that way.
Yes.
So here's a taste of what the next iteration of Yellowstone can be. And the head rancher this time around, wait for it, will be transgendered. There.
Wow.
Boom.
Wow. Way to rainbow bud can this whole thing.
That's right.
Wow.
Hey,
Not gonna happen. Not with Taylor Sheridan still running the show.
it can happen. It can happen. Hey, if we got Tulsa King out of that motherfucker, we can get that shit happening.
Tulsa King is not particularly woke.
Yes, that is true. But
nor is anything Taylor Sheridan does. So
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
He knows who his audience is.
I know. And and this is why I always believe that bear poking is a fine art.
Okay.
I am just saying right now, Taylor Sheridan, because you listen to this wonderful podcast.
All right.
That is all you get for an idea. We will not flesh it out for free.
Okay.
So just pony up the 10,000.
Sounds like a bold move. Okay.
Hey, I mean, if I dropped an idea for B for second season to have white people, again, we're waiting on the beef people to. I never thought I'd say those words, but here we are. I'm not. I never thought we would have that conversation, but we have these great ideas. We just need you to give us the money.
Yep.
We'll flesh it out.
Yep.
We'll make that shit happen.
Speaking of great ideas, I have a word from Juicy Filaments here.
Oh, okay.
I almost forgot.
Oh, thank God. That is
the dirty vodka martini last week made me forget to acknowledge Juicy Filaments.
It's okay. It's okay. I mixed it a little too strong. I take ownership for this.
You know, Juicy Filaments sponsors a truck at Monster Jam.
Of course they do.
As far as you know, it's true.
I believe this, every single word.
Okay, this is from the CEO of Juicy Filaments. Hey, print heads, don't you hate it when you're in the middle of a long 3D print and you have more stuff you want to print? Then it's time for the second printer by Juicy Filaments. Second printer isn't great, but it's good enough. Second printer is also fast. Really, really fast. Second printer is so fast we had to add reverse phasing coupling and tether it to the ground so it wouldn't crack the Earth's crust with a gravity well.
Wow.
Juicy Filaments, don't leave Earth without it.
Nice.
Yeah. Damn.
Which I should probably bring this up. This is the movie corner section of the TV10 podcast.
Is? Okay.
The reason I was a little late was because...
Oh, yeah, we were late to recording. Not that makes any goddamn difference to you out there, but yeah.
Well, for those of us that listen to this podcast live on air, I do apologize.
Which is us.
Yeah.
The two of us.
So I was in the office.
Broovies.
Thank you. And I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
And?
Well,
apparently you didn't know it was going to be super long, which you should know better.
Well, I just figured it was going to be like the normal, 2.25 minutes, no big, but this was 2 hours and 25 minutes, but yeah, this was 2.5 hours.
Okay.
But motherfucker, did James Gunn wring this shit out?
Okay.
And in a good way.
All right.
We got to find out a little bit more about Rocket's origin story.
Okay.
We got to see a bit of the High Evolutionary, which I do want to bring this up because our TV worlds kind of collide here because the guy that's playing the High Evolutionary, he was recently on Peacekeeper.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know how to pronounce the name. Chukwudi Iwuji. He's a High Evolutionary from Marvel Universe. But previously, he was also on Peacemaker, and he played what's his name? Clemson Mern. So yeah, so so I think there's a lot of great stuff there. Plus, we got a lot of other stuff going on here with, let's see here. We got to learn more about Cosmo the Space Dog, Will Poulter is Adam Warlock.
Adam Warlock?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that comic.
Yeah.
I read that back in the day.
Yeah. So he didn't do too much in here, but he just did enough which means some shit's going to happen sometime down the road in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
And of course, James Gunn managing all the characters is a superhuman feat, especially with Dave Bautista, who has turned into a damn good actor. Of course, I'm not surprised by that. He's a professional wrestler. They are the best actors in the world, too.
Yes.
This is science. But like anything else with professional wrestling, you need to have a good booker that gives you a good push. So, therefore, but mostly, this is going to take you on a roller coaster of emotions, especially when it comes to learning more about Rocket's origin and why he is the way that he is. But I would say this is a great movie, especially for the summertime, especially for the families. If you want to wait for Disney Plus, that's fine. It's
going to be a while.
It's going to be a fucking while. They're going to wring out that summer dollars as much as possible. So I would say go to the office, Broovies. Tell them TV Tam Podcast sent you there and watch that movie motherfucking harder. And of course, and this is the thing.
Well, how's the soundtrack?
Dude. Okay. And I downloaded this because I am that basic. So obviously they got some Crazy on You. They got the Flaming Lips' Do You Realize? Here's some interesting choices that James Gunn put into this sucker.
Okay.
First of all, he starts off with the acoustic version of Creep by Radiohead.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Hold on here. He also has Reasons by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay.
Okay.
He also has Poor Girl by X. Then there's This Is the Day by The.
Okay.
And let's see. He also has Badlands on here by Bruce Springsteen. But
Okay.
this is the one. It shouldn't work on paper, but in execution, it turns out to be fucking good.
All right.
I'm Always Chasing Rainbows by Alice Cooper.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Kind of a deep cut, but
Yeah.
okay.
And of course, they could do some modern stuff because, Peter Quill's got a Zune now.
Yeah.
They got, yeah, he's got, there's another one on here, Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I will say, it's and of course, the obvious one, In the Meantime by Space Hog. So, but yeah.
Space Hog.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I'll show you the rest that I downloaded here, but my God. He has become Quentin Tarantino 2.0 for the nerd set.
Fucking Space Hog, man.
I know. Well, the one that threw me off was Alice Cooper, and this is when he was doing his power ballad phase.
Yeah, what was the Alice Cooper song again?
I'm Always Chasing Rainbows.
Okay.
So,
I
yeah.
gotta look this one up.
Yeah. I mean, this is the guy that sang, Welcome to My Nightmare. And let's see, School's Out for Summer. Everything associated with Satanism and, before he turned to Arizona and golf. Ew. So
He had to sober up. Okay, I'm Always Chasing Rainbows is from Alice Cooper Goes to Hell.
Right?
Which is, not one of the go-to Alice Cooper albums.
Exactly.
It's a good one. It's okay.
Yeah. But again, that choice of a song, especially for Guardians, should not work. But it does. So, yeah. I definitely think
And it's a cover song, too.
it is a cover song?
Yeah.
Who
It's from Vaudeville.
really?
Yeah, it's a Vaudeville cover song.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Written by Harry Carroll.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So was this like that? Now, when did that album get released? I want to say it was like late 70s or so. Or?
The Alice Cooper version was 1976.
Okay.
Alice Cooper Goes to Hell.
Okay. So was he just like feeling musical and?
Oh, Alice Cooper is all about all about all things theatrical.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense, actually.
You know, as we are here in Milwaukee, that is what the the indigenous people used to call that.
Yeah.
Which also is a good reminder. Watch
The
Wayne's
song
World.
has also been recorded by such people as Julie Andrews, Tony Bennett, a bunch of other people you haven't heard of. But Bing Crosby has done a version of it.
Whoa.
So it's been around.
Okay. I think you need to talk to the Morning Zoo about this. Just to watch people's faces melt.
Judy Garland, Jackie Gleason.
Jackie Gleason?
Betty Grable, Benny Goodman. This song has gotten around. Liberace.
Okay, I believe
Harry
Liberace.
Nilsson.
Okay.
Buddy Rich.
Wow.
There's been a whole bunch of versions of this song. So Frank Sinatra, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Odd that he would pick Alice Cooper's version.
well, is it really odd?
No, it's not.
It's not.
It is not at all. No.
And that is probably more time that we've ever spent on a song on this podcast.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Which is good. So you got some culture in you, ladies and gentlemen.
Barbara Streisand, Debbie Reynolds,
Good
God. Mandy Patinkin. The list is endless.
Wait, Mandy Patinkin?
Yep.
As in Indigo and Montoya?
Yep.
I kind of want to hear this version here.
It's probably out there somewhere. Yeah.
All
right. So I think we're at the end of TV Tan Podcast episode number 0448.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Okay.
and we know that our listeners are probably done with this podcast as well at this point.
They bailed long ago. But
So-
I want to say might not be here next week because we got a little thing called the Kilby Court Block Party,
Oh, shit, that's right.
which I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
So might be a little unavailable
Okay.
to record next week. We'll see what happens.
What bands are playing that?
All of them.
Okay, is it Run the Jewels or
Run the Jewels. I'm
Yeahs and
in the Strokes and a whole bunch of fucking bands.
the Strokes are there.
Yep, I'm specifically. I want to see the Pixies. They're
right.
playing on the final night, even though I've seen the Pixies many a time.
Are there any ways to get tickets at all for this?
Yeah, I think they're still available.
Okay.
I had one come to me.
Oh.
Come to Butthead, kinda, because I didn't go out and buy one. I just waited. It's like I know one's gonna fall from the sky, and one has.
That's good.
So yeah.
All right. Well, good for you. Good on you.
So we might not be here next week.
Okay. Well, in that case, you need to wander out into the world because you're going to be having a hard time trying to get over your late night TV fix, and Gutfeld's not going to cut it. So what I'm going to highly recommend for everyone here is that not only should you wander in the Midvale area to Outlaw Distillery and have some rum or any of their other fine drink choices, I would also recommend, if you're in the Sosala area, you should check out Sugar House Distillery, our OG sponsor. And, of course, they got not only bourbons and whiskeys, they also got some rums and vodka, and they got canned drinks as well. Plus, if you're in the Ogden area, I would say go to Ogden's own distillery and really take in their stuff. There's the Five Wives vodka, the Five Husbands vodka, Madame Patarini gin. And again, I'm just saying for Taylor Sheridan, see, this is how it could work here. Start listening to us. But of course, there's also Porter's Fire, Porter's Peanut Butter Whiskey. And again, Taylor Sheridan, you can tie it in somehow with Porter's. We're just saying there. Of course, they also got cans as well, so check that out. Plus, you want to, again, if you're in Midvale again, maybe wander by and into Bohemian Brewery and just have yourself a fine beer right there, which all of a sudden I'm getting thirsty for one. But of course, again, thank you to Ivy at Boostique in downtown Salt Lake. She has some glassware. She got some stuff to mix things. And of course, she's got some non-alcoholic beverages if you don't want to pollute your bodies like me and Mr. Frost do all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but of course, we're professionals. But no matter where you go, I would recommend that you need to wear a TV10 Podcast t-shirt. We still have a few left.
Still have them.
We still have some mediums. There's a couple of extra larges. I think there's a few smalls still. I saw we have a double extra large.
Okay.
All
right.
But no matter what, you need to rock up there with those T-shirts. Just buy it from us. Send us an email, tv10podcast@gmail.com. Put in the subject line, T-shirt me now. And, of course, put your name, address, and your shirt size. And more importantly, put down if you've PayPal or Venmo. Still no crypto. Still not happening. Why are you even bothering me with that shit?
Okay.
But be sure to wear that proudly wherever you go. And especially now since, you know what? Give it to your mom since it's Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Mom would love a TV10 T-shirt.
well, it's got the classic logo.
Oh, yeah.
And show your mom that you love podcasts like us and that you love her too.
All right.
It makes sense.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. Well, then, anything else you got going on this week?
We're good for now.
In that case, jiggle that handle, sir. Yes, you. Thank you for doing that. Now, please, off you fuck.
He's talking about art as propaganda, the ancient Greeks. Of course, he's comparing the Hellenic ideal to the Bolsheviks. Oh, God!
Oh,
Oh, it's okay. Just eggs, Gordon. Just eggs. And some kids.
Those goddamn punks are back. Sorry, everybody. I'll be right back.
Los uns gehört.
Easy when you're upstairs.
this whole new house, new school, it's been a bit of an adjustment. Gordon told the boys not to take any guff from the locals, so they've gotten in their share of dust-ups. That's what the eggs are about. Such a waste of food.
Boys can be so cruel.
I know.
What?
It doesn't matter, Howard.
Boys. Boys! Can I push in your drink?
You might have to turn that down a little bit.
What?
Just